if you have knitwear, either hand knitted or commercial, it is likely that at some point it's going to need depilling. I know a lot of people think that knitted items that pill is because it's bad quality. I don't think that's necessarily always the case. I think it's quite often to do with the fibre, how shorter fibres, so a lot of the softer wools like merino and things like cashmere are more likely to pill because the fibres are very short, so they're more likely to work their way out and create pilling. Anyway, I think everyone needs a good depiller in their toolkit, and I have had one that I've been using for years, and then recently I got 2 new ones, so I thought I would do a review and tell you which one I thought was best, and the result actually surprised me. So in this video I'm going to show you a review of 3 different depilling tools. They're all very different. I will take you downstairs and depill 2 items of clothing. They're both hand knitted, pair of socks and a sweater, and let you know which one I prefer, and the result actually surprised me. If you're new here, my name is Anniken. I design knitting patterns, I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through my website YarnAddict.co.uk. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Before I take you downstairs, the 3 items I'm going to review are the Gleaner, which I've had for a long time. The Ultimate Fuzz Remover is what it says on the bag. It comes in a bag. I got my first one from Canada, but it's available from Amazon now, and I tell you a story about this later on. And it has the pilling tool on one side and a clothes brush on the other side, and this was my go-to for a long time and the one I recommended to everyone, because before I got this one, all the depilling tools I had tried were rubbish. I just didn't like any of them, so this was my go-to for a long time. As you'll see in the video, it is a little bit time consuming. This one I got in Norway. Can't remember whether it was when I went March or Christmas or last year. I've been to Norway a lot lately. But yeah, you'll see what I think about that one in the video. And then the final one is a new one. So I got this on Amazon. It's called the Gaia Top Lint Remover. Comes in a box. That's the actual tool. It is rechargeable. It comes with a charging lead. It's a USB-C, which, because I have an Android phone, it fits into my phone charger as well. When I first charged it up, I used my phone charger because I have a USB-C cable by my desk that I used to charge my phone with, and I just plugged it into there, and that was fine. And it comes with a little brush, which I didn't realize. I did realize it because I unpacked this yesterday before I filmed the bit that's coming next, and I didn't notice it had a brush, but by the time I actually got to the point where I was filming the video you're going to see now, I'd forgotten that it came with a brush, and that would have been useful. This one did cause me a few problems, which you're going to see in a minute. Those are the 3 items that I've got. The Gleaner and the Gaia Top are both available on Amazon, and I will link those below. I will those links will be affiliate links, which means that if you buy through those links, then I will just get a tiny percentage and you won't pay any more. So if you do decide to buy either of those items, I would really appreciate if you would use my affiliate links, because it just helps support this channel and help me keep making videos and doing reviews, because obviously buying things like this costs money. And although I will be using it if I decide to keep it, which you'll find out at the end of this video. So I'll now show you what I actually think of these items and how they work in practice, and how easy they are to use or difficult they are to use, and which one is my favorite. So I've selected 2 items I want to try this on. A sweater which desperately needs depilling. It's my Cadson sweater, and a pair of socks that also desperately need depilling. I mainly wear these socks to Pilates class because my feet get very, very cold, and I was wearing them yesterday and I haven't washed them, so there may be a little bit of dirt on them, but I wear them on top of like another pair of socks. So I want to try this one first. Now, I don't know how noisy this is. It's rechargeable. Okay, it's quite noisy, so hopefully you can still hear me over this, but it has three settings and a display on here which tells you how much percentage of the charge is left. In the instructions, it also tells instructions of how you can change the blades inside. I accidentally turned it on while I was trying to unscrew this lid. So it has blades here, and it has instructions of how you can change these blades, but it doesn't come with any spare blades. So I assume you can buy spare blades. So let's try this first on these socks. So I'm assuming you just move around in circles. So it's definitely picking up stuff, because I'm getting quite a lot of fluff inside, but there's some quite big bubbles, pills, whatever they're called, here, which is not really picking up. So I put on the fastest setting now. Picked up quite a lot because there's quite a lot in there. So let's just try. Oh, hang on. Okay, let's switch it up. So while I was trying to move it around, this lid came undone, which wasn't great, and I don't have anything to put this in here, so I'm just going to put it in my phone case. So I take that off. So while you're moving it around, it's really easy to accidentally undo this, and obviously if the thing is running and this is full, that's going to cause a problem. Apologies if you can hear a sound. We have a recycling collected right outside the window where I'm filming. So I'm going to switch this on again and have a go at the fastest setting. So it's done a really good job of depilling the bottom of this sock. That's very good. I'm quite impressed with that. It's already gone down to 97%, even though I've only used it for a couple of minutes. And it's picking up quite a lot of fluff as well. So let's try it again on this rib pattern on the front of the foot. And I did it again. I accidentally caught this and managed to open it while I was filming, or while I was moving it, which is not ideal. This container in here is not very big, so it does fill up quite quickly. I use my phone to film with, but I have to take the case off when I'm filming. So that's all the stuff I've taken off these socks so far. So I'm quite pleased with that. That's very good. So let's try the same thing on my sweater. I've been putting off doing the sweater for months because it's a big piece of clothing and I don't really want to do it, but I'm also not I wasn't wearing it much this winter because it was looking really scruffy. So let's try this one first. So we're down to 95%. Okay, I'm going straight on to the fastest setting. So as you can see, it's picked up a lot. Very impressed with that. Let's just do a little bit on the lace and see what it's like on the lace. So I'm really impressed with that. It really takes the fluff off quite easily and it fills up quite quickly. I would probably say if you're depilling a whole sweater or something with a lot of pills on it, to have a like a bowl or a bin or something nearby. So because I'm doing this in the dining room, I don't want to bring the kitchen bin in here, but I would probably bring just a cereal bowl in so I could keep emptying it into that rather than using my phone case. I'm not going to do any more with this. I'm very impressed with this. I think it works very well. Also, this safety thing is really good. So if I put my hand over here, it's not going to cut my hand at all. If I press my finger into it, then I can feel the blades, but it's not cut me. So from a safety point of view, especially if you have children around and they accidentally switch it on, even on the largest setting, it's not going to hurt you. Obviously, if they take this off, then they could, and you can take this off while it's switched on, so that would be a worry. It's gone down to 92%, and I've only used it for a few minutes, but it is rechargeable, so that's really good. Okay, so let's put that one away and let's try this one. I got this one in Norway recently. I don't know what brand this is. Well, it's called Postel, which is a Norwegian brand, I think. Could be Danish, because Danish and Norwegian spelling is very similar, almost identical. I think they do soap. I think it says soap in Norwegian there. Loads of other makers, producers, companies do the same kind of thing. I don't know if there's much difference in it. I've also seen cashmere things advertised as cashmere combs that look like this. But there's any difference in how coarse this bit is, I don't know. Obviously, there's no way of changing the coarseness. It doesn't have different attachment you can attach. So let's try this bit here. You need to kind of hold it so that you push against it. And these wooden bits on the side here kind of come down a bit further than the blade thing. I don't know what you call that. That does make it a little bit difficult, I feel. I mainly bought this because I thought it looked cute, and it was in my parents' local yarn shop where my parents live in Norway, and I think that's where I bought it anyway. And I think I was looking for stuff to buy that wasn't yarn. Yes, nothing is sticking to here, but I feel like nothing is really coming off either. So yeah, I'm not that impressed with that. Right, let's put that away and let's do the sock. So let's do the other sock, because this is really bad. Yeah, look at how bad this is. So I'm going to put the sock like double layer like that, just so it has something to press down onto. Oops, scratch my wood there. Yeah, I'm not impressed with this. I don't think I paid much for it, and I don't know whether all of the pillars that look like this are the same, but I feel like it's just like brushing it rather than depilling it. Okay, no, not impressed with that at all. I don't know whether all the brands that sell these are the same. I would guess not, so there might be other brands that are better. I've also seen things like this called cashmere comb, so maybe it works better on cashmere sweaters, I don't know. But I don't really feel like I'm getting anything off here. So let's put that away. I'm not bothered with that. I was worried that would be the case. Let's look at the Gleaner, which has been my favorite for a long time, although I haven't used it for a while. So I originally had a Gleaner that I had to order from Canada many years ago. And after I'd had it for a few years, I was sitting on my bed, depilling some socks. I posted about it on my Instagram stories. I kind of, depilling some socks, and I was filming the video straight into Instagram stories. And because I was pressing this down on the bed and it was a soft surface, it broke here. So, and I'd already tagged the company in it. So I was like, oops, I broke my Gleaner, really upset, blah, blah, blah. And then they messaged me and said, we'll send you a new one. So they sent me a new one. So I think it comes with 2 sets of attachments, because I've got 4, because I kept the attachments from the old one. So I've got I got 4, I got 3. So basically comes with the coarsest attachment. Yeah, I've got 4. And this one, which is medium, and I think this one is the lightest attachment. So I've got 4, because I kept the ones from the one I broke. When I bought it years ago, you could only get, I had ordered from Canada, now you can get on Amazon. I recommended this to loads of friends. It has a close brush on the other side, which somebody's used recently and not cleaned the fluff off. The thing I don't like about these kind of close brushes is that you have to kind of manually clean all the fluff off, which wasn't done. Anyway, we'll ignore that bit. So a close brush, and then I usually keep the coarsest attachment on. Now this one I've used loads of times before and I know it works, but you do have to be a little bit patient and it does take time. But you can see it's coming off here, attaches itself to the comb, and then you have to kind of pull it off the comb, which is a bit annoying. I'm going to put this into my phone case as well, I think. So it works really well. I've used it before. I bought it because they had really good reviews, and I have done socks and sweaters and loads of stuff with it, and I do know that it works, but it is a bit time consuming because you have to like comb everything and then pick up the fluff. Never used the finer attachments, I don't think. I guess you would use them for like more delicate yarn. This does work quite well. It does, I feel a little bit sometimes that it fluffs it up a bit as well. But it does take stuff off, but it is a little bit more labor intensive. So it's quite a lot of stuff coming off. But it is, I do feel like it is a bit labor intensive, and it does leave a slight sort of hazy fluff behind. Okay, so the thing I don't like about this and the little brush, little comb thing, that one, is that you have to kind of use 2 hands and hold the fabric and keep it kind of taut. Don't push down too hard on this because it will break, as I've done before. So you do have to be a bit more careful, because if you don't keep tension, it's just pulling the fabric around. I don't know what this is like on stuff that's very, very delicate. Like, I haven't tried it on like lace shawls or anything because they don't tend to get that pilly. Based on these 3 that I've tried, this one, hang on, this one I think is useless. I don't know whether it's supposed to be a cashmere comb and it works better on cashmere sweaters. I don't know, but for what I've tried, it's useless. Don't like it. Wouldn't buy it again. I think I just bought it because I was going into several yarn shops and I wanted to buy something in niche yarn shop because I was just filming a bit for my YouTube channel. So I bought it just because I didn't want to buy yarn. So I was trying to buy other little bits and pieces, and it was fairly cheap, but waste of time. I used to do a lot of flat lay photos for Instagram. I put my project with yarn and things and then lay other knittly items around it to make photos for Instagram. I haven't really done that very much for a long time, but this is the sort of thing that I would probably keep to use for flat lace. I don't know if I'll ever use it for its intended purpose again. This one, the Gleaner, I know works well. I've had it for years. I've used it a lot. It's very good. But the problem is that it does take time. It's very time consuming and quite a physical. If you've got problems with your hands, your wrists and things like that, you might struggle. To change these attachments, by the way, you just press this button down and it pops off, and then you can put one back on again. I don't think I've ever changed this attachment. Well, I clearly haven't, since I've got 4 of them. So maybe I need to change it. I don't know when you know whether you need to change it, but it's very good, but it is a bit time consuming. I like the fact that it's got a closed brush on the other side, which I need to clean off. And then this one, I didn't think these were very good, to be quite honest, but this is actually quite good. I quite like this. It's working really well. The charge goes down quite quickly. I mean, I assume you would be able to do a whole sweater before you change it, but this really does work really well, and it's really easy to use. It's no, you know, you just move it over the surface. You don't even need to like stretch it, you know, pull against it or anything. You just move it over the surface of your knitting. And I'm really impressed with this. I was kind of thinking, because I've had this for a week or so, I think, and I was thinking I really need to do this video, because if this thing isn't any good, I will send it back. And I won't be sending it back because it's very good. So I am very impressed with this. I am slightly worried. So I've caught a few yarns there, but that was there before, stuff I've done before. I am slightly worried as I press down on it, because obviously knitting is squishy, especially if it's a thicker yarn. I am a bit worried about whether it'll cut my fabric. This works really well. I like the fact that it's rechargeable, that it has a, oh, it fills up quite quickly. So you do have to empty it several times per use. And it does make a bit of a mess. So I've got a bit of fluff everywhere now. But I'm very impressed with that. I will have a look at the Instagram listing. Oh, there's some fluff in here as well. And see where the, oh, there's a lot of fluff in here. See whether you can buy the blades. I'm assuming you can. I didn't really notice that when I ordered this, and see how much the blades are. I can't remember off the top of my head how much I paid for this, but I will link to this listing below. There are loads of similar ones. I don't know what the difference is. This one's a Gaia top. It wasn't the cheapest, it wasn't the most expensive. It had good reviews. I basically just picked one. I didn't put an awful lot of research into it. I didn't want to spend too much just in case. But I'm quite pleased with this. So this one is my favorite, I think. I will link to this below and the Gleaner, because these are both available on Amazon. So I will link to those below. And the links will be affiliate links. So what that means is that if you choose to buy one of these, if you would be able to use one of my links, I would really appreciate it. If you use my affiliate link, it means that you pay the same, doesn't cost you any more, but I get a little bit of a percentage, like a commission if you like. So it just goes to help support my channel. So that's why I'm using affiliate links. If you are happy to buy it using affiliate links, I really appreciate it. You don't pay any more. Gleaner I like, is good, but it is a bit more work than this. I think in the future I will probably use this. And I have loads of socks that need depilling, and now I've tried this and see how quickly and easy it is to use. I will see if I can get through some of those. Okay, I finished filming, and then I thought I'll just defluff these socks quickly so I can put them back in my Pilates bag. And I was just having it like in front of my body, doing this quickly. As I was moving it around, I obviously caught this handle, or this cover here, and it came undone and the fluff went all over me. Obviously it's not huge amounts, but it's still gone all over me. Now our floor's not been hoovered for a week, so it's due to be hoovered tomorrow, I think, or this weekend some point. So it doesn't matter hugely, but I have just got all this fluff from my sock all over me. So that's the one thing I don't like about this, is the fact that this thing comes off really easy, and as you're moving it around, it's so easy to just accidentally catch that and end up with it all over you, especially if you're holding it, because I was just holding this hand inside the sock in front of my body, sitting on a chair doing this, rather than leaning against the camera like I am now. Just holding this over my lap, and my trousers and my t-shirt is now covered in fluff. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have tried any of these products, or if you have another favorite depilling tool. Be careful about posting links in the comments, because I think sometimes YouTube think they are spam, so they may not show them. But just tell me what you've tried and what you like and what you don't like. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And I will see you next time.